Talk of tariffs and other divisive rhetoric has cooled the usually congenial relationship between the United States and Canada. And I spoke with some Great Falls experts about the impact the sudden animosity has had on local travel and tourism.
Historically, we can account for at least 20% of our economic spending, which last year was $268 million in our local economy. 14% of that would have come from the Canadian traveler.
Great Falls is just days away from Western Art Week, followed by a spring and summer full of outdoor recreation opportunities. But strained relations with Canada may mean less visits from our neighbors to the north.
We've been placing paid media up in Canada, and we've seen a lot of comments in our paid media areas of the dislike for America right now.
While they don't yet have any hard numbers, Engum says her office has noticed a drop-off.
In January, our visitation just to the visitor information services of what we provide was 28% Canadian, and in February it was down to about 2%.
Engum says that number is back up to about 14% so far in March. She says she has heard of some area businesses that have been impacted by the political tone.
We have some anecdotal data that there's some lodging properties in town that have bus tours that have been canceled, and that there are some individual leisure travelers that have chosen not to make the trip into the States.
We do want to thank you for your loyalty being a rewards member.
One place that has seen lower numbers is the Holiday Inn. General Manager George Johnson says that could be attributed to the new Tony Roma's restaurant, a popular eatery among Canadians, being closed for a lengthy period of time, and a recent cold snap that may have kept people home. But he won't discount the rhetoric from Washington.
We have had a few phone calls the last week that people wanted to cancel because they just weren't comfortable with the animosity over tariffs.
While Johnson doesn't think Great Falls has been hit hard as some other places, his discussions with other area hotel executives show traffic down across the board. He says Great Falls has a good relationship with Canada and hopes the tough talk between nations is just a small blip overall.
I think we'll be back to our normal amount of traffic from Canada, and we welcome them. We like our Canadian guests.
Great Falls is still ready to welcome Canadian visitors and any visitor from that standpoint.